All right, folks, what's up? It's Dented Cans. I'm your host, Mike Finoia. Thank you guys for joining us again. As always, we love a 5-star rating, a review, a subscribe, click at Mike Finoia, MikeFinoia on all socials, youtube.com/Mike Finoia, patreon.com/Mike Finoia for full uninterrupted videos of all these episodes. Today, I have my very hilarious friend, Ashley Austin Morris. You can follow her at Ash, A-S-H, Austin Morris. She's got an amazing special out on New York Comedy Club's YouTube channel. Give it a like, give it a click and a subscribe. We get into our dents today. We talk about growing up in a religious household, dealing with anxiety, dealing with the critic, and so much more. So thank you, Ashley, for coming and discussing your dents with me. Folks, we are sponsored by Sunset Lake CBD. I love Sunset Lake CBD. They're great. They have so much killer product, smokables, coffee, delicious dark roast coffee, tinctures, salves that you rub on your achy bones with arnica. They have dog gummies. They have sleep gummies that I love. They actually knock me right out. They're perfect. And if you go to sunsetlakecbd.com and use promo code DENTED, D-E-N-T-E-D, you can get 20% off. That's sunsetlakecbd.com, promo code DENTED, D-E-N-T-E-D, for 20% off. Thank you guys. See you soon.
It's so cool that you're here with me because you and I have a funny relationship where it's like we run into each other.
Yeah.
And it's almost kind of like rolling therapy.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of, or it's almost like we're both coming out of our respective therapies and life is like the waiting room.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I love that. I love it. You're just so easy to talk to, but it's also like immediately real. Like immediately.
You are too, though.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's why we've dove straight into the dents, like first and foremost when we first. I mean, do you remember having like any superficial conversations at all?
With you?
Yeah, like
No.
I'm thinking like even back to when we first met.
No, not at all. No, because I remember the first time I met you, you were like, I found a way to quit smoking.
Oh, shit.
Like,
That's right.
It was at Stand Up New York.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what? And you were like, no, this book. And I don't smoke anymore, praise Jesus. And yeah, you were like super. That's what I love about you is I feel like you get very excited to help other people. Like you have a struggle and then you get very excited to help other people.
Probably because it takes my mind off my own shit. So as you think it's helping you,
Yeah.
but really it's helping me.
Well, isn't that the whole philosophy but in like a lot of recovery programs? Like,
that?
Yeah.
I've never gone through any recovery programs. Have you? Is that too much to ask?
No, that's not too much to ask. I definitely have. It's not for me, but it works so well for so many people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've heard that some of the ways that I think I act, it has a lot of correlation with 12-step.
It does.
And stuff like that.
Well, the whole theory that like if you to help yourself, you should help somebody else. And
100%.
Yeah, but it's also just like, isn't that what we do in stand-up? It's like, I'm sad, but I want to make you happy. And then it makes us happy.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that because it's like, especially during the pandemic too, people were like, you guys are necessary. Like, you guys are like, what do you call them? Like
front line.
I
mean, it was basically
heroes. Basically,
it was basically nurses and stand-ups.
Nurses and stand-ups, and that's my whole life.
Yeah.
So,
oh wait, that's right.
Yeah. So she'd come home like, oh, look how many people I saved, and I'm like, I did a Zoom call, lady. So
Yeah. Yeah. I did Zoom jokes.
You think you're big shit.
Yeah.
You're
some
nothing.
people were muted, and I gave it to them.
How come we can't talk about the fact that you were on a TV show? Because we're in the midst of a strike.
We're in the midst of a strike.
Let's tell the kids that watch this in 50 years what's going on right now.
Okay, so there's a writer's strike and there's an actor's strike. And so we can't mention any projects. We can't mention any networks. Nothing like that.
At all.
How
weird. Mm-hmm. But
it's really like there's some great things out right now that like independent people did, and I'm sad for them because they can't even promote it. You know what I mean?
I know. It's brutal.
Yeah.
And it's just like the timing couldn't be worse because I feel like
Couldn't be
people
worse.
were like just getting their feet under them again after all the.
Yeah, I don't feel
not
like our
being able
industry
to-
recovered from COVID at all.
No.
The film and TV business, anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Comedy. Who would have thought that, like, comedy's been great?
It really has for some people. But no, I think for us, it's been okay. It's been good. You're happy, right? Are you happy at the moment?
I'm very happy.
You are.
I'm very happy. I wasn't on the street a few minutes ago, but I'm very happy
What
now.
happened on the street?
I don't know if you have this. Your joke about summer, and I don't want to give your joke away.
It's okay.
Okay, your joke about summering and then spring into financial.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's interesting? People could see that joke at my YouTube channel.
Oh.
Don't Let Me Down. My special is out. So
It's so good.
thank you so much. I
So
appreciate
good. But
it.
that joke that joke resonates to me on such a deep level because I've never had any money. I've never blah 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 blah. So this past year,
blah 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 is what's the fun
just
part.
parents that were like, my mom's my soulmate. She's my best friend. But like, my mom moves every year. Like we've talked about this, just the bonkers of never having any security until this past year because of the shows we can't mention. I finally had money and I am like, every penny that goes out, I fall apart.
Yo, how frustrating is it when you're with people who have had money
Yeah.
and they don't freak out about money?
I
and you're
feel-
like, how the hell are you not freaking out right now? And you could have tons of money in the bank.
Yeah.
But I'm always waiting for, like, oh, the bank lost your money.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that I literally on my way over here was like, well, the bank is just they're gonna go, Wells Fargo's gonna go out of business.
I know, right? Bank of America's gonna
Don't get at me if like Wells Fargo is some terrible. I'm sure they are. They're all awful.
They're
but-
all awful,
yeah.
but we got to put our money somewhere.
Yeah. But like my husband is the best man in the world, and like we're middle class people. Like I'm not rich, but you like to have $100 to me is a lot of money.
And when you grow up with no visible means of support, like the bottom could drop at any time.
At any time.
At any time. And it probably is, and you don't know it.
Yeah.
Because the people who love you are maybe like keeping you
Yeah.
sheltered from it or whatever. You're always anticipating things to end.
Always.
So if a check comes or if a gig pays, you're like, this is
Yeah.
great. You get that teensy weensy little bit of like serotonin.
Yes.
And then it's
Well,
dry
talk
again.
about a dent. He just had to help me because I did not cash any of my checks.
Oh my God, where'd you put them? In your
They were just like under my bed. Like I wouldn't cash them.
You actually like put them under your bed?
No, where were they? They weren't under the bed. They were somewhere. Oh yeah, they were in a box under the bed. But if you rob me, it's no longer there.
Oh, okay.
All the checks are gone.
You cashed them.
Well, but he was like, your checks are expired. Like,
Oh no.
because I'm so freaking dented that I wouldn't cash the checks.
So you held on to the paper checks
I held
and
on
they
to the paper
expired
checks.
because most
Some
of them
of them
say
expired.
like 90 days, 180 days, whatever.
Not all of them expired. So he went to all this trouble. Like my husband is really amazing
Yeah.
and lovely and wonderful. And the stress that I'm putting on him about money is so past trauma.
Yeah.
Like I can't even like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So your situation, if you weren't thinking from an old dent,
Yeah.
you're okay right now. You're okay right now,
Yeah.
but your perception is that
Yeah.
the house is on fire.
Always the
Always.
house, right? Don't
Yeah.
you feel that way?
Well, yeah.
Always. But also in our business, we don't know if we're ever going to make $1 again.
You don't. You really don't. You literally don't. And it's this thing of, and a lot of people I don't think understand this, where like no matter how like shitty or boring or whatever your day thing is,
Yeah.
people who don't do stand up or people who don't act or people who don't write,
Yeah.
you have the golden handcuffs, they call it.
Totally.
Like you can't quit a sales job because you've got like amazing 401k.
Sure.
Vacation paid for.
Yeah.
You know, like stock options, whatever
Yeah.
the case, right? And they remind you like you're here
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And there is that nice security, but also you hate what you do.
you hate what you do.
So there's that camaraderie and like, let's all go to happy hour or do fantasy
Totally.
football where we're kind of like alone, loving what we do while we're
Loving
doing it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the day,
Yes.
literally having like the house is on fire.
The house is on fire. I did not. How did you do this? I did not even know how to make doctor's appointments. I had to recently call the insurance place and be like, I need you to explain insurance to me like I am from another planet.
So
I
funny.
need you to explain what a copay is. I have no idea what a deductible is. Like,
Yeah.
do you know how insane that is?
It's kind of awesome though, because who has the guts to make that call and go like, hey, listen, you know how many people ego wise would be like, I'm too chicken to ask.
No.
And you're like, yo.
No, I
Help.
have called. I love the IRS. You know why? I do. I've called someone in the IRS to wish them a happy birthday before because I know their birthday. 1, 2.
How'd you know that? First of all, how'd you get the person that you wanted to talk?
Because we had a relationship. Because no, it was totally appropriate. Don't get him in trouble. But it was like, or maybe that was the unemployment person. There was somebody in a government position that I was like, hey, it's your birthday.
Wow.
Because I had to call the IRS and be like, will you help me? I don't know what's happened. And the lady goes, ma'am, why haven't you been paying your taxes? And I was like, I don't know what you do.
Oh, wow. You just go, I don't know how to do it.
I go, I don't know how to do it.
I'd be happy to follow the rules if I knew
That's
how
what I
to.
said. I was like, I'll do whatever you want, but I don't know
We have
what.
so much in common.
But I don't know.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you know
totally.
How? Because
I mean,
it wasn't that it was explained to me, but then also you throw in raging mental illness and you're like, I don't know.
do you want to know what our problem is, to be honest? I think that, like, you and me in particular, the more time we have on our hands during the day, the more we'll convince ourselves we're doing shit wrong. And then we call people and we go like, tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Wait, that's exactly right.
If you were busy all day, you wouldn't have known it was unemployment guy's birthday.
Oh my gosh, do you know that actually I have his phone number. I just remembered. Should we call him?
If you want, yeah, let's call him.
He turned on me though. But anyway.
Oh, all right. Let's call and apologize.
Wait, should we call him?
If you want to.
We should totally.
Yeah, give him a buzz.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But you are 1,000% right, because the times that I've like been on a set and then had to go and do shows, I am so happy. It's like ecstasy. Like I am blissed.
You're
out
out of your own way.
My mind, and that's probably why you like helping people.
Yeah.
You're out of your own way.
I'm out of my own way. I'm just out of my own way. I love that it was like, did you use the book to quit cigarettes?
No, I had an absolute miracle.
You basically said to me, like, I remember texting you the book or something. You're like, do you work for them or something? Didn't you say something like that to me?
Yeah, I was like, why are you so...
Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking. That book, I quit. That's how I quit cigarettes. And I quit. I read the book up to the last chapter.
Okay.
And I go, I don't need this. I quit for like 5 minutes and then smoked for another year. And then I got the audiobook.
Really?
And I hated the audiobook because it sounded like I don't know, like a corporate sales trainer was reading it.
Oh,
and his
awesome.
voice pissed me off and made me want to smoke more. And then I had a night where I was at the cellar like all night and I must have smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes.
Whoa.
But what I would do is like when I had a lot of spots or whatever, I would like in between hosting, I'd run in and out, take 2-3 drags, throw it out,
That's how
run
I
back.
hosted. That's exactly right.
I woke up one morning, I felt like I was sucking on nickels all night. Like I had like copper and penny
Sucking
flavor.
on nickels is
I
the
had
funniest thing I've ever heard.
It was the grossest taste. I felt like literally like I had like just I don't know, slot machine mouth. It was horrible.
Will you please name your next special "Sucking on Nickels"? Also, slot machine mouth is the funniest thing.
That'll be the name for another country. So I go, I've had it. And I go on the website, Alan Carr's Easy Way, and I'm like, the book was going to work, but I don't want to read the book.
Yeah.
Downloaded this video web tutorial thing. So I bought the book, the audio book, and the visual thing.
Yeah.
And I watched the visual thing. It was 13 chapters or something. The 12th chapter, you get hypnotized.
Oh.
And it like totally worked.
Wow.
And it says, now go outside and have your last cigarette. And I went outside reluctantly, put a cigarette in my mouth. I lit it. The minute I lit it, I felt sick. And it was like, inhale, hold it in, realize what it's doing. And I couldn't even get through like 2 puffs.
Wow.
And that was 4 4.5 years ago or something, have never had a cigarette. Like literally that night I went and did spots, no cigarettes.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, that's just how that to me, and I love cigarettes.
Yeah, me too.
Love cigarettes.
I don't have a single craving.
Me neither. How did you, like, what was your...
That story is bonkers, by the way.
It's insane.
That's amazing.
But I mean, it's just also, it took me I knew I could quit if I kept reading the book.
Oh, and so that's why you stopped
and
before
I'm like,
the last.
this is bullshit, this theory. And I shut it, and I'm like, now looking back, like, if I kept going, I would have quit.
That's so wild.
I know.
But you won't quit until you want to quit.
I needed to literally feel like a laundry machine. I don't know if you've ever had that after like a long night of you just wake up with like Queens, like heat, dry room, and your throat's just all. And I was like,
yeah.
I just pulling fucking dimes out of the gaps in my teeth. How'd you quit? And people like us need cigarettes, I think, sometimes.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Take a break, you reset.
Oh, I used to say it was my Sandals resort break. I would be like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, like, who wants to go to Sandals all inclusive? But like I would be hosting, and I'd go outside.
Yeah.
Or like everything I did, and I think, I waited tables for like 20 years or something.
It's a perfect reason to get the hell out.
Gosh, you would, and everybody. It's like if you were like, I need to go outside and meditate for 3 minutes, they'd be like, absolutely not.
No.
But if you were like, I need to go outside and smoke cigarettes, they'd be like, you can take a break.
Yeah, smoke too.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how that is.
It's nuts. But so I had the craziest experience, Mike. We can talk about this because I love you and I never share this, but I had like a raging eating disorder, like raging, lasted forever. Smoking was very much a part of that, right? Like it just was. And I remember like I tried everything to recover from this eating disorder. Nothing worked.
Wow.
And I'm a believer. I try to.
Yeah.
I love Jesus. I love God. I try to live that way or whatever. I fail miserably. And I would pray every day to like be freed from this. And then one day it was gone. And I'm talking, well over 25 years of having it. And one day it was gone.
Wow.
Gone. And then I was like, or maybe this was right before that. I remember praying and being like, I don't want to quit smoking, but will you give me the want to? And I was smoking a cigarette. It was a February. I was about to go see my mom. I put the cigarette out and something inside of me was like, that was your last cigarette. And I never had another craving ever again.
Incredible.
Never
Wow.
again.
Holy cow. That's really interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, because Alan Carr says the thing that and I hope I'm not giving away the book. People who want to quit should go buy it. But
you should redo the audiobook. They should pay you.
I should. I would love to. I would love to. And that's another thing. Procrastination is a real side effect of our dumb dents, huh? Because
it makes me hate myself.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to get into voiceover and reading books and shit during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I just didn't, because every time I went on, it was like you had to fill out a page-long thing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
No way. No forms.
But what you did was you broke the cycle. So like when you put out a cigarette, you go, let's see, it's 2:00. Let's see if I could get to 5. You've already made the agreement with yourself that you're going to have another cigarette in 3 hours.
Oh.
That's the hook. Because if you go on a plane and it's 8-hour flight, you're not smoking for 8 hours.
Right.
So literally you can make it 8 hours
Right.
without smoking a cigarette. You're not going to die.
Right.
But if you make that agreement, the minute I get off this plane, I'm ripping 3 cigarettes.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that cigarette?
Yeah.
Do you remember the cigarette outside of the subway when you walk up the subway and you light a
Boom, right away.
Man.
Did you walk and smoke?
Oh yeah.
Not
Did
me.
you?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that's That's like sports. Like I'm not gonna drink beers and jog. Smoking is a sitting and standing thing.
Well, it's funny because in New York City,
I hated walking and smoking. I could walk and eat a slice of pizza like a motherfucker. I can.
But in New York City, I like to smoke coal, like when it's colder more.
Of course, yeah, because the summer here is hell.
In the South, do you have any idea what it is like to sit on a porch in the heat with something in a beverage, like a
nice tall cool lemonade?
Oh my gosh, and smoke cigarettes and tell stupid stories? It is. I hope that's heaven.
Oh, that would be a cool heaven.
You know what I mean? It's just like God's like, y'all, cigarettes are fine, and here's a porch.
It's like that John Prine song. He wants to smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long when he dies.
But
And
you
I'm
just
going to
tell
get a
stupid
cocktail.
stories
Yeah.
and like
I would love that. Just a chill
relight.
hang.
Oh my god.
No humidity.
No humidity.
No
yeah.
humidity in heaven.
No
That should be the
humidity
name
in
of-
heaven.
That's the name of your book.
Oh, that would be great.
Yes.
That'd be great.
I tried to do it, but I couldn't do it. So